Hey guys, this is William with another video for Play-agricola.com. Okay. Playing a 3-er with Kristin and Montu. Let's look at this. Farm school graduate, pretty good. Just talking with Montu about the rules for farm spacing. I got farm steward here. Now, if I pass farm steward, then doing like a Lord of the Manor game would be pretty strong. I think though I don't want to pass farm steward. Yeah. Here we've got some reasonable cards here. Carpenter doesn't really go with farm steward, so probably not that, but I think fence stealer does. Fence stealer, and then I would just be looking for a way of filling up my farm. Fence stealer is good with Lord of the Manor too, because you can fence a very small space, and then you've left lots of spaces for plows. So then even if you have an unused space or two, you gain quite a bit from the Lord of the Manor. Alright. Hunter, plowman, animal buyer, cowherd. I think probably I'll take, oh, you know what? I might take layabout, because then if farm school graduate comes back, then layabout is a pretty nice card. Or maybe plowman. Yeah, plowman's good. I guess it's a little worse in 3-player where food is tighter, but I don't know. We'll see. Here, farm school graduate did come back. Of course, Lord of the Manor did not. That's not really all that surprising. I think I take farm school graduate here, because farm steward, fence stealer, plowman, all looking pretty nice with farm school graduate so far. Did broadcast this live originally on twitch.tv/play_agricola. If you want to give me a follow there, you can see my repeated attempts at getting a game going that sometimes end in failure. If I play plowman stage 1 with farm school graduate, farm steward stage 2, fence stealer stage 3, then what am I looking at? Beekeeper would be a point and some food. Tanner, I mean, assuming I get the animals, Tanner would actually be quite good. Or I could consider journeyman. If I do journeyman, I could get 3 cattle pretty easily with journeyman. Or 2 cattle, then have them start cattle round 12, round 13, then boar or sheep round 14. Yeah, that looks okay. Yeah, that looks quite reasonable. Okay, so then what is it? Plowman, farm steward, fence dealer, journeyman, and then 3 animals. So then I'm looking for something around 13 and around 14. And animal buyer is okay for late in the game. Like I can use journeyman, yeah. And Sunday worker, actually. Sunday worker round 13 is just fine. Gives me an extra action in round 14. Yeah. So the plan is farm school graduate for plowman, then farm steward, then fence dealer, then journeyman, then Sunday worker, then animal buyer, maybe at the end if it's still worth points at that point. Bread paddle plus farm school graduate goes together to give me a free bake each harvest. So if I have a way of getting the clay oven reasonably easily and like a bunch of grain, then that could be pretty strong. Probably the best card here is just Beanfield. Although Cash Crop is not bad. Cash Crop is quite good actually. But Cash Crop is kind of dependent on me getting a like corn scoop or some way of getting more than one grain at once. Otherwise, I don't think Cash Crop will have been the right choice, but we'll see. We shall see. I guess what I could do is I could farm school graduate my only family growth and then get up to stone super early for stuff. Grain cart. That's what I was just talking about. So grain cart with cash crop, or I can do barbershop. And with farm steward, barbershop is pretty reasonable. Milking stool. Wow. Okay, so I'm gonna get a good card back for sure. Milking stool could be worth a ton of points. Barbershop could be worth a ton of points. So I'm going to rely on Clay Path. All 3 of those get me points. So I'm going to rely on one of those coming back. Actually, if I take Milking Stool here, then I play Journeyman before Fence Dealer start getting cattle. Get 1 cattle at least. I think Grain Cart is still the pick. 1 action of Grain Cart into oh wow, Lighthouse. Okay, so my game's decided for sure. So I'm gonna go all the way up to Stone to start working my Journeyman. Grow once with Lighthouse and then grow once with Farm Steward. And then do I take Bread Paddle here? Am I gonna have enough clay to make that work? Or else I could take anything else. I actually like Bread Paddle here. Bread Paddle plus Farm School Graduate with Grain Cart. I think that'll be pretty good. So yeah, plan is 2-room stone house, lighthouse to grow, farm steward to grow. So I hope you notice the board's a little cleaner. I figured out how to get rid of that taskbar at the top. Barbershop or milking stool? Barbershop would be a ton of points, which would be nice, but I'm not sure I'm gonna have the time to play it. Milking stool could be 3 points and a ton of food. But barbershop is a pretty easy way to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points. I think milking stool. I sacrifice. I should be able to get 6 points from cattle. So it's 3 points, plus it'll give me some food, and I play it cheaper later in the game. Yeah, I think that'll be all right. Here's baguette, which is basically the same function as bread paddle, at least in this game for me, except costs a lot more wood. Take amusement park here because it's a free point. Haven't seen any plows, and I think if there was a plow, punter would have been taken already, unless someone first picked a plow. Amusement park is way more reliable than guessing that someone first picked a plow, so yeah, I'm okay with doing that. Guess I could lay out in my farm school graduate order, but I do like to keep track of that other stuff too. I think I take watering can here. Full bottomed wig is good, but I'm gonna use its effect too early. Watering can is just like a fantastic, fantastic round 13, round 14 miner. Often is like 2 points for one food, which is great. Alright, so I start in third, which is not fantastic, but it'll work. So the only thing I'm a little uncertain of is how am I going to feed in this first harvest. I'm going to need 6 food total, and then after that I should be fine because I'll get my clay oven going for the round 7 harvest for the second one. What do I do? A food and a stone here? I'll wait until I can get cheap occupation. To play farm school graduate. Yeah, that grain cart is going to be huge. I think I would be. Well, I mean, if without grain cart, I can do journeyman and buy cattle for 3 food per round once I get to stone. The question would be, how do I feed before then? Because what farm school graduate does is it says if you have actions that are better than 2 food, then you're saving actions from farm school graduate, which is good. I don't want a starting player. What do I want to do here? I think I just want to do day labor. And that pays for my earliest occupation, or my first harvest occupation. Okay, so I want to get a decent clay. I want to get 2 decent clay actions actually. I probably will value clay a little bit higher than my opponents. So I want to get one of them when they're at 3, and hopefully the other when it's at 3. 2 reed is what I need as well. And of course occupation, and then keep taking a food and a stone. I guess that's the downside of this plan, is there's no reedstone food action. So like, yeah. How much stone do I need total? I need 5, because 2 from lighthouse, 2 from the stone, and then 2, and then 1 for clay oven. Want to play sailboat constructor? Nice card. So I'll grab 2 reed. And then second action, building resource if it's available. That's actually all the read I need for the whole game. That's pretty nice. Kristin just focused on taking wood with her berry picker. Makes a lot of sense. Probably took brushwood, so she can ignore a read all game. So it should be pretty easy for Montu to get the read that he needs. Alright, building resource got taken. Do I do clay here? I could do clay here, because 2 clay and then 3 clay is enough. Just barely. I might have the starting player at some point to get, to get onto the occupation spot. I should plan on second action starting player. Or, what would I starting player with? Bread paddle, maybe? Thing is, I want to get this 3 clay. And if I take that 3 clay, then I'm not going to get... Could take 3 wood and then starting player, and then... And that'll get to 3 clay in round 5. Okay, let's do this. So I can second action, starting player bread paddle, play farm school graduate, and then I'll have enough food. Then I'm just going to need 3 clay at some point, and then to keep taking stone. Oh, Kristin taking a reed and a food rather than a stone and a food. Maybe she doesn't. Maybe she didn't take brushwood. With berry picker, that's probably how I would have played it, but let's see what Montu does here. If he start players, I probably got expensive ock. Oh, no, he does clay. Okay. Ooh, am I competing with him for clay oven? I really hope not. Let's get that farm school graduate out of the way. Okay, what do I get with my second move? I want to play grain card at some point. I'm a little worried about Montu because I think what he's going to do is buy vegetable grain and then build clay oven. But there's not really much I can do about that. Let's keep taking food and stone. Add a guest so that I can play my occupation. Kristin playing barbershop, also setting herself up to get 6 wood. They all saw Lighthouse too, so they're probably assuming it's coming. But yeah, really nice barbershop here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points. That's why it's so strong. Those 6 bonus points just increases your point ceiling so nicely. Alright, he took that, which I'm happy with. So then, what do I... Oh, I'm just doing occupation here. Yeah, he buys his grain and vegetable. So I play plowman, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this is the latest time I can play it and get everything out of it. And I eat 4 food and 2 food for an occupation. There's Reno, so that makes me happy. So I want to think about first move, 3 clay, second move. Oh, I don't know. Thing is, Montu might really go for that clay oven. I guess I could do cooking hearth. Cooking hearth is okay. And it doesn't cost me a stone, which is nice. And I mean, cooking hearth, I can do 9 food from a 1 grain action, as opposed to 5 food, which is more total food. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the right way to play this is. I think I need to assume that he's going to go for clay oven. Yes, with that hunter play, he's not going to build a fireplace. He's going to do something else. So, assume he's going to do clay oven. Do I do stone here, or do I hope stone comes around 6? I guess I wait. I guess I hold out hope. No, I need to. I do it with this action. I'm gonna need that stone. So this is kind of shitty. I'm doing just food and stone, which is not great, but I don't know. Hopefully I make up for it in other ways. So second action could be Reno, green card here. Montu starting player brushwood, okay. Alright. So now I just need to get a way to actually bake grain. So I have 3 moves that are already decided. One is Reno major, either clay oven or cooking hearth. One is take grain. One is take clay. So I have 1 extra move which I can use to take wood. Although I think Montu is going to take wood here so that he can double build in round 7. That's the way I would play it. Yeah, so then I could do food and stone here, but I think the 4 clay is too important. I probably need to get that 4 clay. So I'll take 3 grain, and I'll be really interested to see. I think probably Montu will first action build clay oven, because he needs a way to... Although he could take sheep instead. Yeah, maybe I still get clay oven. If I do, I would be happy, because I think I'll want clay oven and cooking hearth probably. Although I guess cooking hearth will actually get me food from the joinery or from the journeyman. Yeah, maybe I just want cooking hearth. Maybe I don't need clay oven. Especially with stone not coming till round 7. Then the next best, like the earliest time I could get 2 stone would be round 8. Take 2 stone, then starting player lighthouse. I mean that works, but I need to take wood still. So I don't know. Need to make sure that I grow in round 9 so that I can play farm steward in round 9 harvest, because if I play farm steward before I grow with lighthouse, farm steward actually specifies your next family growth, which screws up some stuff. So second action, take 3 grain, I think. Because Montu, well, let's see what Montu does. Let's see what Montu does. Montu builds 2 rooms at once. Okay, so he is no threat to Reno. So my Reno is safe. My cooking hearth is safe. So I can do some other move. So it can be either food and stone or grain. And I think I take grain. I get 2 bonus grain with my grain cart. I guess clay oven is good too because I can bake when I build it and then also bake when I play the farm school graduate. So that works as well. So then if I play clay oven, my first move needs to be 3 wood so that my round 8 can be 2 stone, then starting player lighthouse. So I need to take wood here so that I have the wood to play lighthouse. And I guess my journeyman just sits for a bit, but I think that'll be okay. Yeah. Yeah. I think clay oven will be a bit better here. So I get 2 stone round 8, and then I start in player lighthouse. Yeah, that works. And then I play milking stool on the family growth space because that'll get me a food per harvest. And then I play farm steward round 9 family growth to grow again round 10, assuming Kristin doesn't compete with me. And then I play... Didn't I draft fence dealer? Where's fence dealer? I must have buried it somewhere. There it is. I did draft fence dealer. So there's my hand just to remind you guys of what it looks like. Let's do it. Let's get the clay oven. So here is where I play journeyman. So I get 5 food plus 2. So I end with 6 food after the harvest, which is nice. And also plow. Yeah, no one saw farm steward, so but they might guess that I have it. So second action is starting player lighthouse. I mean, it is possible that actually no, Montu doesn't need to grow again. Kristin might decide that she wants to grow ahead of me. And if she does, there's not really much I can do about that, but I mean, she might do 3 wood again. We'll see. Oh, no, she's going on the resource space. Okay, that works. So I can bake 1 more grain in round 9 harvest, and then round 10, round 11, I'll have to take grain again. But at that point, I'll have more actions, so it won't cost me much. I would like to get a cooking hearth at some point. just so that I can actually use this journeyman. But I think if I don't use it until like round 12, round 13, round 14, it'll be okay. It's still worth having played it. So my plan for the remaining harvests, this, then this, then this, then animal buyer at the end, if it's going to be worth points. Which I think it probably should be. Alright, cool. Starting player lighthouse. Surprise! No, they knew I had it. So what do I do with my first move? I'm gonna have 2 moves next round. I guess probably just 3 wood. Yeah. I could starting player again, but I hope I don't need to. The only way Kristin can grow ahead of me in round 10 is if she does starting player, and she has not seen Farm Steward. So it should be fine. Kristin did not build. So that means I can afford to take wood here with my first move. So now I'm only 2 wood short of getting a fencing max with Fence Dealer. So I'm going to have a couple unused spaces here, so I'm going to have to plow pretty aggressively. I'm going to want to get to 5 points for plowing. And I'm hoping that my cash crop, my thinking is round 10 I do cash crop, so that in round 11 I can do a sow bake with 3 grain. So family growth round 10 with cash crop. I do a 3 grain action round 10, so that round 11 I can do a sow bake, yeah, and then I can sow 2 grain and 1 on my cash crop. And then my cash crop will be worth 3 points, which is quite a good return for that. So here I play Milking Stool. Montu saying, really surprising. Not. Playing all these cards that everyone sees. That's the thing about 3, there's fewer cards that are hidden or surprises.